This is the fog breathing exercise, and it is one of the easiest and most effective ways for turning off the alarm switch, turning on this thriving mode. Brief theory is that every single time we inhale, we activate the sympathetic nervous system, abbreviation the SNS. Every single time we exhale, we activate the parasympathetic nervous system, the abbreviation PNS. The SNS, sympathetic nervous system, the inhale, activated on the inhale, is responsible for the part of our brain that goes into fight, flight, or freeze, or the various states of upset, of anger, fear, and depression. The parasympathetic nervous system, or the PNS, activated every time we exhale, is responsible for activating the parts of the brain that govern rest, relaxation, digestion, healing, feelings of connection, creativity, inspiration, joy, love, empathy, compassion. So I don't mean to be unrealistic in saying that the PNS is better. It's really, they're both appropriate, they're both necessary. But if we are not in immediate life or death danger, of course, we want to be in a parasympathetic nervous system dominant state. Okay? And so a PNS dominant state is one in where we are generally feeling healthy, thriving, well, optimistic, joyful, connected, inspired. And then every once in a while, on the very rare emergency occasion, we snap into sympathetic nervous system dominance. We deal with a distressor, we deal with the threat, and then it falls back to parasympathetic nervous system state as our norm. And that is what this course is about generating on purpose, turning off the sympathetic nervous system switch, turning on the parasympathetic nervous system switch, and becoming the master at being the master switch. Okay? And so we can really influence our own thoughts, feelings, actions, experience by governing our nervous system, by leading ourselves, by knowing how our nervous system works and deactivating and activating. Okay? So, very simple tool with a little bit of theory there, and that is to extend the length of your exhale so that just simply by ratio, I inhale for 1, 2, or 3 seconds. I still want to get a full inhale. And then I exhale for as long as is comfortably possible. And with time and practice and relaxation, it'll get longer and longer. This is not something to force or struggle or muster our way through. This is something to allow, to invite, to cajole, to open up to the possibility of it becoming easier, smoother, longer, softer, sweeter. Okay? So it looks like this, very simple. So I'm making the sound as if I'm fogging a glass. This has a number of purposes, some of which come from studies in a system of traditional Chinese medicine, where we recognize that it is the constriction in our lungs and our heart area that causes a sense of overwhelm, that puts us in a state of fight, flight, or freeze in the various states of upset. And when we relax that tension in this area, then we will turn off that alarm switch and get into the thriving mode. This sound kind of, as I make this sound, it activates. It almost actually increases the tension just a little bit in this area so that it releases. Actually, it's like we can't really let go of an unconscious tension, but if we make a conscious tension, then we can choose to let it go. And as we extend the length of the exhale, it's just gonna, all this tension is gonna melt away in this area, okay? In addition to that sound helping to activate the muscular system in such a way that helps us, it also effectively lengthens the length of the exhale, because I'm just not going and getting it all out once. I'm metering it with, okay? So what we want to do is work on expanding the ratio between inhale and exhale. So I'm still want to take a full breath in, so that looks like, you know, when I take a full breath in, I feel my belly and my chest, but I do that in one fluid motion instead of that separate that I'm showing you. It's separate. I go, and then I can even put my fingers here to help feel that release and that relaxing and that soothing. Okay, and as I extend the length of the exhale, I extend the length of the exhale, I extend the length of the exhale, I cannot help but get into a parasympathetic nervous system state. And that will automatically help my thriving, help my healing, help my growing, help my flourishing. Okay? So it is a matter of chemistry, it is a matter of neurology, it is a matter of biology, and it is up to us to activate the neurology, the biology, and the chemistry that favors us, and recognize the structures of our brain, that some of the primitive structures in our brain that have us to be so sensitive to going into states of alarm. It's not much different than an alarm system, a smoke alarm system in your house that goes off every single time you cook. It might be oversensitive. However, it evolved to be that way because we don't want to wait until our house burns down for the alarm to go off. So same with us. Our nervous system is designed to go off quickly and easily. But then we are also designed to have a thinking brain that can go, oh, look, it was just the toaster oven. No problem. I don't need to go putting out all these fires. I just need to pull the plug in the toaster oven and it'll be fine. The alarm will go off. Well, that is happening in our lives all the time. And so when we can recognize that the most effective way to even solve problems in our life is to have access to the thriving mode nervous system, then we can choose to live in a more parasympathetic nervous system dominant state, and we can practice this by fog breathing as often as we like. There is no overdoing this. You can't overdose on this. There are no negative side effects. Okay? Enjoy.